It is with great pleasure that I'm introducing myself to you, to the English-speaking citizens of Curacao who live here, who work here with their families, and who are allowed to vote in Curacao on the 30th of September 2016. I would like to communicate with you because I would like to explain what motivated me to decide to take a leap of faith and place myself on a ballot of the party Curacao Gusto under the dynamic leadership of Miss Leeflang Omaira Victoria Elizabeth Love. And I would also like to explain why I am convinced that I have the skill set, that I have the competencies to represent people like yourself here in Curacao and can represent you in an honorable and an integer manner. I'd like to explain also why I believe that I could be your voice with regards to different issues and your concerns. Because the philosophy of our party, is that each and every citizen should be represented. All of them who don't have somebody in parliament to represent them. And it was initiated by our, outrage for the way the elderly were treated, but it's also for the youth, and it's also for the group of professionals that were ill-treated in a very unjustly manner. Now, to start off, I have to introduce myself. My name is Donat Beatrix Philbert-Nieveld. Everybody calls me Donna, and I was born on our sister island, Aruba, and moved to Curacao when I was 7 with my family. And I went to school here. I went to what we call the HAVO here. And after I finished that, I went to the Netherlands to study speech and hearing sciences. I returned to Curacao and started working in the beginning in a combination of education and health. Because as you know, speech and hearing sciences has to do with hearing, has to do with voice, has to do with people who have some kind of anatomical difficulty, who might have strokes and aphasia. So I was working with people from all ages, from babies up to elderly who got a stroke and needed help and needed therapy. But in that period, I also started working with people who were ill-placed or companies were closed and these people needed to be retrained. So I worked in retraining and retrenchment, and that caught my attention, and I realized that I enjoyed doing that. I continued to study, live, and work in Curacao, but also in other places. For example, I went back to study in Tucson, Arizona, came back to Curacao, worked here. Then we moved again to Hollywood, Florida. We worked there, and I did some studying as well. And then in 2005, I returned after completing my public controlling master's degree, and I started working at what we call Dienstwerk en Inkomen, which is the Department of Social Issues and Work. And that was in 2005. So I have about 11 years of experience in that particular sector of social development, labor, and welfare. In 2011, I decided to apply to become a director, went to a very rigorous application process and was and became the director and started doing my work in June of 2011. And so I'm 5 years in office as a director of labor. A job I truly enjoy. because you have to do with so many different facets of working with people to under social issues on creating a better life for people, and that inspires me. I'm passionate. I have a lot of passion for that. um, I became a person who works a lot with change management, human resource, building human capital, stimulating people to get the best out of them, to be able to get a decent job, but also maintain in that decent job because they have the skill set necessary. And if they don't have it, to write the necessary projects to get people from the skill set they are at to a skill set that they can get a job. Working with different ministries, such as the Ministry of Economics, the Ministry of Education, to be able to prepare people better so that there is a seamless, you could say, um, uh, connection between the skill set that's needed and the skill set that you are prepared for. Um, I also am inspired to bring back the trust in the economy of Curacao and play a role in that, because you might have an excellent financial situation in government because we have improved in that, but we don't have the trust in our economic, in our business sector for people to invest. And so I would like to be able to play a role in um, giving those who have their businesses, again, a trust that they can invest and therefore create new jobs. And our party, Unkersauhustu, worked on several issues, for example, with regards to the economy, um, creating new jobs from what we call the abundance that we have as an island, living on an island and being surrounded by the sea, and the different jobs that we can create by working on the maritime sector and the green sector, using the abundance of the sea to in shipping, schools, maritime schools, becoming kind of like a hub to between the east and the west, but also making use of the wind and the sun that we have on a regular basis to lower our utility bills and have and lower the cost of doing business. I would love to be part of working more extensively with international organizations such as the International Labor Organization, ILO, but also the UNDP, and to make use of the enormous abundance of resources that these international organizations have. We don't have to invent the wheel again. They already did that in so many countries, and so we can benchmark from that. And I would like to make use also of the ILO Decent Work Program to be able to create opportunities for people, making uh, it possible that all workers work based on a uh, work agreement, a contract, a work contract, that they earn what they should be earning based on their skill set and based on the level of their productivity. Um, that what they make is in any rate not lower than our minimum wage, but also work on that minimum wage, change it in such a way, definitely that the country and the economy can carry, because you cannot just introduce these things. You need to study them very carefully, but that you get a difference in an entry level person who is just learning the skills and a person who is already doing the job for a while, so that you can actually motivate people more to work and produce. because they are paid on their skill level. In any rate, Uncasal Hustu believes that before any changes are implemented, that you should have kind of like a bureau where professionals analyze data, and based on the analysis of that data, make decisions that the country can and the economy can absorb and can deal with. In any rate, now that you know about me, the fact that I'm married, that I have a son who's a young professional, and that I was born in Aruba, um, worked, lived, studied here in Curacao, it's time for me to ask you two favors. The first favor is that it's extremely important for our new party to be able to go and be on the ballot on the 30th of September. So my first favor is that I would love for you to go to a voting location on the 20th or on the 21st of August and to cast a vote on our party, Curacao Justo, because all new parties need to have a particular amount of votes. It's about 900, I think, and we need to have those votes so that we can be considered on the ballot. And I believe that we can only do that with your assistance and that of your friends and your family. So please go to the voting location near you. There will be 6, 1 in prison and 6 in different neighborhoods in Curacao. And then cast your vote on our party, Curacao Justo, consisting of 19 professional, integer, very motivated people. Of the 19, we have people, older people, we have younger people, we have everything in between. We have 3 dynamic youngsters. We have ready to learn from those who already have the experience. We have 8 women. The female vote is a very important vote for us. So motivate your families. And then on the 30th of September, that's where my second petition comes in, for you to look for that purple color, that lila color, that purple color, and to look for the face of our dynamic leader, Miss Omaira Leeflang, and go down to number 9. Why? Because I'm on the ballot on number 9. And cast your vote on the 30th of September. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for looking at this particular video. I would love for you to share this video with your friends, family, colleagues, so that I can visit as many people through our media as possible. You can go on my web page, which is www.donnaphilbert.info. So again, www.donnaphilbert.info. You can also go on the website of our party, Curacao Justo, on www.uncurcaojusto.com. You can also call if you'd like to know more about what we believe in, what our vision is, what we've worked on, which areas of expertise we would like to focus on. And it's definitely social development, labor and welfare. It's definitely education. It's definitely justice. So the Ministry of Justice. And we also have professionals in planification and aviation and ICT communication. So we have a number of people that are skilled, they're competent, they're integer, and they can give us support on that level. Now, you can also visit our city, we call that. That's the party location, which is at Kaya Andrew Jones, 3133. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you and share. All the best. Bye.